Hey, what's going on, CoinOpTV subscribers? Robert walking here. Another Shaw Brothers classic movie review. This time it is with the Shaolin Avengers from 1976, co-directed by legendary Shaw Brothers director Chang Cheh. And I have it here from the Shout Factory's Shaw Brothers Classic Collection Volume 3, which I skipped over a lot of movies watching this for my rewatch, and now I'm kind of jumping back into those. This is paired with Web of Death, which I also reviewed on my channel. It's nice to have this in Blu-ray quality. I actually upgraded from this DVD that I've had in my collection for a long time, which wasn't too bad. It was, digitally remastered. One of these bonsai Red Sun ones, but it's nice to get rid of this DVD and now have the Blu-ray in the Shout Factory collection. I've got my notes on my screen here I'm going to look at. I got some spoilers. I'm going to give my letter grade review. As always, I look forward to any of your comments, feedback on this movie. So the Shaolin Avengers, 1976, co-directed by Chang Cheh. I think Wu Ma was the other director. IMDb, the synopsis says, the famous story of the Shaolin Temple's betrayal by the white-browed hermit and subsequent revenge by Shaolin firebrand Fang Shi Yi. So it's a mouthful to say there. So that's from the IMDb. I didn't write that. So this stars Alexander Fu Sheng, Chi Kuan-chun, Yang Sang, Johnny Wang, and a young and skinny Chang Cheh in a blink if you missed it cameo along with Lu Feng. These are two Venom Mob members. They're literally in like a heartbeat of a scene where you kind of see them as like background extras or featured players there. Not really a whole lot of dialogue for them, but I got a kick out of seeing that as a big Venom Mob fan, and that was kind of cool to see. So I wrote in my notes here, a familiar tale of rebels fighting against their oppressors, with the story mostly told through flashbacks during a long fight scene that features our three leads. I feel like this should be replaced on IMDb for the synopsis. Let me know what you think. It's apparently it's a remake from Men from Monastery, which I also have a old DVD of, and I have not watched it for a long time, and now I'm kind of curious. I might have to toss that on and make a video and rewatch Man from Monastery, which was also directed by Chang Cheh and a lot of the same cast members. So it's interesting. I can't think of more than a handful of movies where a director went and like remade his own movie again, and with the same cast members. I guess I would say overall that the second time around is probably better, but again, I haven't seen Men from Monastery in a while. I know that it's not top tier Shaw Brothers, so that's why I haven't really revisited it. Let's see. Here's my pros and cons. This video will be pretty brief. For the pros, the fight scenes between there's a fight scene between Fu Sheng and Beardy that I thought was like one of the standouts. It's, there's multiple flashback scenes, and there's flashbacks within flashbacks. It gets a little confusing, the story here, but I thought the Fu Sheng Beardy revenge fight scene was really well done. It was a little bit short, and there was some silly crowd reaction shots going on that made it kind of a little comical, but that's fight scene was really great. And I also like the fight scene a lot with Chi Kuan-chun exacting his revenge in the gambling house or the casino. I thought that was like really stylized. Knowing that this was co-directed by Chang Cheh, I was kind of thinking to myself, okay, what scenes did he really imprint his hand on? And I felt like, okay, those two scenes definitely feel like the camera is in very dynamic positioning, and the choreography felt a little tighter than most of the choreography in the rest of the movie. So I was like, okay, that must be when Chang Cheh woke up, was paying a little more attention, was a little more hands-on directing. For the cons, I would say that the big con is the overall fight scene that is in the present tense, that frames this movie, that goes throughout like the entire present tense of the movie, before and after the flashbacks. That's all pretty boring, pretty sloppy, pretty uninteresting. There's also another fight scene that's a little boring and dull to watch on these poles high up there with one of the villains. We've seen the pole fighting scene before done very well, and in this movie it's not done very well and very exciting. So some scenes like that I was just like, you know. So, you know, there's kind of my pros and cons. It's worth noting, I put my notes in my final notes, if you're a fan of like the White Priest Pai Mei and you're like a Pai Mei completist, you get some Pai Mei in this, but not a lot. He almost has like a little bit of a small role. He's kind of a bystander watching the intimidating villain, the guy behind the guy villain. And I was like, well, I want more of Pai Mei. I want more of that. What's the situation with that? So some of those plot elements I think could have been tweaked, restructured. Maybe if somebody does a third version, I mean, Chang Cheh is no longer with us, but you know, if that ever becomes revived, maybe give Pai Mei a little bit beefier of a role there. So the Shaolin Avengers, 1976. This is classic from the 70s, mid 70s. I'm going to give it a letter grade of a D+. It has its merits. It has some fun. It has some interesting stuff happening. But as an overall watch experience, entertainment experience, D+. It's below average. So that's it for this video. Well, actually, before I wrap it up, let me talk about some of the special features. We got Shaolin Avengers auto commentary with film historian Brian Bankston, who does an excellent job on here, not only talking about the movie Shaolin Avengers, but also some Chang Cheh legacy movies and some of the cast and the stuff going on in Hong Kong cinema. And we also had a Frank Jiang little short, I think it was about 12 or 15 minutes, kind of a video essay with him talking about his encounters going to Shaw Brothers movie theaters back when he was a kid. A lot of these movies I actually saw on TV, and I remember when I was growing up in New York City, it would be the drive-in cinema on Saturdays, the matinee, and they would usually show 2 movies, and a lot of them had a lot of the blood and guts still in the movies that they showed them on TV. And this movie has a lot of blood and guts and gore. It cuts to like black and white or red filter over the camera during the gory scenes. And I remember when I was a kid watching those on TV, I thought, oh man, something's wrong with my TV, or this is censored. But it was the director Chang Cheh kind of doing that on purpose, that I'm learning now that I'm going back watching a lot of these Blu-rays. So and you get some trailer on here, celestial trailer. So okay, that is it for the Shaolin Avengers. Let me know what you think of this video, you know, of my review, and your feedback. I look forward to reading your comments. For CoinOpTV, we will see you next time.